Welcome to my new neighborhood. It's 3:30 in the afternoon. This is the day that I moved into the Wisata Hotel. It's just across the street over there. Yeah, I can just see the outline of the building. I'm sitting in front of an Indo-Maret, just sort of the local version of a 7-Eleven. Not surprisingly, I do a lot of my daily shopping in places like this, as in today. I just got a cold Coke, and I got some fixings. I'm going to make spaghetti tonight. Looking forward to that. I love being here. This new neighborhood is very loud, very noisy, very busy, very dirty, dusty neighborhood, but I don't mind that. The whole road in front of me is sort of under construction. So there's a lot of dust in the air. I can, show you what's going on out there. And that's my hotel right there, that orange building. That's the Wisata. And there's an Alpha Mart just down the street, and Indo-Maret here. And that road out there has all been torn up, as you can see, and they're going to put down pavement eventually. Yeah, you can see all of the construction material over here. Everybody that drives by is raising a lot of dust. But let's have some of this cold Coke. Cheers. Again, it's kind of funny arriving in a new country, getting used to the new currency, because here everything is in the thousands. I think $1 US is about 16,000 rupiah. So this Coke, you might think of it in terms of 2 ringgit or 3 ringgit or something like that, but here it is 6,500 rupiah. It's worth every rupiah. I just moved into my room at the Wisata, and I went out because I had this idea for a way to mount the GoPro. And it's completely ridiculous. It's a complete Planet Doug idea, but what I wanted to try is whether I can take a broomstick, or like a handle, a wooden handle for a broom, or a shovel or an axe, something like that, and mount it on the bicycle, because then it'll be nice and stiff. And I won't be able to retract it or make it smaller, but I have that big trailer, so all I really need to do is put it in place, and when I don't want to use it, I just remove it and put it inside the trailer, or strap it to the trailer, or strap it to the bike. And the great thing about these neighborhoods is there's just a giant mixture of all kinds of shops. So right across the road is this Indo-Maret, but also right across the road is a little shop just 2 doors down, and they sell all kinds of an odd assortment of bird cages, like for songbirds, farming implements, like replacement, very inexpensive pieces of metal, like hoes and axes and things like that. And brooms. They happen to hang up a lot of brooms. And then I spotted these things. This is like a replacement. It's a wooden stick, basically. So it's not a broom at all. There's no broom attached. If your broom wore out, or maybe your broomstick broke, but you still have the broom, you buy one of these and you mount your broom on it. But anyway, it's a very stiff stick. And I bought this one. And I bought one other one, which is a bit thicker. They're about the same length, but this one is a little bit thicker. I'm not sure what size will work best. So anyway, this is what I'm going to try to mount a GoPro on. A piece of wood. I don't know what kind of wood it is. I asked the guy, but he couldn't tell me. But I think maybe what I need them to do is drill a hole in the bottom. So I have to find a hardware store to drill a hole in the bottom or something. But I'll do that tomorrow. I first want to see whether it's going to work at all. And then I'll put some tape around the bottom to hold it together, and then get someone to drill a hole in the bottom. And then it should be able to work. Crazy plan, but it should work, I hope. I don't want to cry victory too soon, but this is looking very promising. There's the end of my broomstick. And what I have is I don't know if I can do this with one hand or not. I have this RAM mount. And this bottom of the RAN mount is designed to fit, I don't know if you can see that, it's designed to fit around a circular ball, you know, like a trailer hitch. But I've noticed that it can also fit around round things like this. So that would basically fit over the end, and then you tighten this down. Let me move the camera and then I'll tighten that down. I need two hands. Like that. So it's tightened down on the end of the pole. And it's not designed to do that, but it seems to work quite well. And then I have the GoPro finger mount up here at the top with a ball head that can be tightened or loosened by this lever, and I can point it in any direction I want. And this is very, very tight. As long as I tighten this down enough, I can't even, with all the force of my arms and hands, I can't move it. I can't take this off. So I think it's on there very, very strongly. So I think this is going to be a very good system. A very rigid pole. It's not going to move at all. All right. So that's what I have so far. And this, by the way, this is where I got my my broom handle and my axe handle. You can see they've got a lot of rattan and bamboo and farming implements, and if you dig deeper in there you get all kinds of metal tools and yeah, bird cages for songbirds, all kinds of things. So that's where I got it. And I'm just gonna go for a walk down here at the main street. I want to find some kind of a hardware store or mechanic shop where they might be able to drill a hole for me. Though I'm a bit nervous about that, because if they don't know what it is I'm trying to do, they could easily split the bottom of it. So I want someone who can sort of do a good job and carefully drill a hole without actually splitting the bottom completely open. Yeah, because I had a lot of fruit stalls in this neighborhood all along that side of the street and over here as well. But there's also a lot of shops here. I might be able to find some kind of a hardware store or mechanic store or something. So I found a mechanics shop. This is where they fix scooters, obviously. And I figured they must have tools that would also do a simple job like this on wood. And there's my expert down there. He's got the drill out, and I think he understands what I'd need done. And if it doesn't work out, I can just go buy another one of these. Each one of these sticks cost 10,000 rupiah, so that's about 65 cents. So if it screws up, I can always just buy another one. Yeah, he's just eyeing it, centered on the pole. Yeah, he's being nice and careful, so that's good. He understands about not splitting the wood. Well, that went a lot easier than I expected. A burst of good luck on Planet Doug. Look at that. I even have the mount already screwed into place. He cut the holes just exactly the right size so that you can actually screw the screw in. You can actually screw it in as if it has a thread. But of course, the threading isn't going to last. But I don't really need it to thread into place. All I need is a hole that I can stick the screw in just to hold the base in place. I don't need it to be fixed. It's kind of hard to describe, but anyway, that's exactly what I needed. Yeah, he did a really nice job. I love this neighborhood. It's exactly my kind of place. And I think that's why I make such a terrible tourist, because now that I'm here in Dumai, it's a city. I met a guy today. I was chatting with him at the hotel. He lives in Dumai, and he was trying to think of places that I could go see as a tourist, you know, like beautiful or interesting things in Dumai. And he just kind of gave up. he had a lot to say about Bukittinggi and Padang and Lake Toba. And then he started thinking about his hometown. He says, like, where can you go in Dumai? And then he just smiled and laughed. And he said to me, yeah, there's nothing in Dumai. So don't even go looking. There's nothing beautiful here. And yet, I mean, that may be true. It's just an ordinary town. Hello. Hello. But that's kind of what I like about it. It's just an ordinary town. Sort of like Mae Sot in Thailand. I could stay here a month easily and enjoy myself very much. Just getting to know this neighborhood. I already saw a couple of coffee shops here. Ah, look at that. Bubur Sahat Pandan Langi. Pulut hitam. Hitam. What is hitam? I think I know that word from before, but I can't remember what it means. Pulut hitam. I'm gonna try and do a translation. Oh, and there's a kacang hijau. That place where I was looking at all the nice things to eat or drink, whatever they were, the snacks. They didn't have any seating, so I couldn't sit there. I didn't get anything. Just on my way back to the hotel. Walking by the construction zone. A lot going on in this neighborhood, that's for sure. Yeah, there's some kind of a coffee shop here as well. Beats Cafe. But I don't know, yeah, I haven't been in there obviously, I just got here. But as I said, I could spend a month here and not be bored. So that isn't the plan, so we'll see what happens. I guess I'll be passing through this town again on my way out, if they'll let me back on the ferry to go back to Malaysia. So I'll be back here again at some point. And there's the Wisata Hotel. So I'm gonna go in and try out my new mounting system for the GoPro. We've jumped ahead in time. It's the next morning, or actually it's the next afternoon, not really the morning. And I spent a good chunk of last night working on my new mounting system, the GoPro Broomstick. And it's pretty interesting. I'm doing my first test of this system today. I'm gonna go run some errands and ride around with the GoPro recording, but I want to show you what I came up with. So that's what it looks like from a distance, and it's an open question at this point how high to make it. Like, that's the full length of the broomstick right there. And if I find that it's too high, I can just cut it, right? I can just take a saw and cut a chunk off and lower it as much as I want. But there's two key elements to this system. One is that this is a RAM mount, and a friend of mine in Malaysia actually suggested this to me, and it was a brilliant idea. I probably never would have thought of it on my own. It's an example of lateral thinking, that this RAM mount is designed to fit over a ball mount. Like here, for example, where the GoPro is, you can see there's a round ball here. That's what this is designed to clamp onto. And I was fixated on that idea, and it never occurred to me that you could take a pole. It's not a ball, but it's actually round, right? It's actually circular. And if you put it inside here, it will fit in just as nicely as a ball, and as long as you make sure to tighten this down enough. Look at that, you can put it right on the end of this pole, and it does not turn from side to side. I mean, if you go over a bump, it's going to vibrate, you know, like that, but it doesn't vibrate long, and a GoPro stabilization, I think, is more than good enough to handle that kind of motion. But probably if I cut it shorter, it would reduce the amount that it shakes. So that's the one key to this system. using the ram mount to clamp over top of the end of a pole. And the other key element is, or two actually, is down here. Maybe I should go, well, can't really go to the other side. Hopefully it's bright enough to see. There's two mounting positions. There's one here using a GoPro mount that's supposed to go around the handlebars. And the base of the broomstick screws into a thumb screw mount right down here at the base. So that holds the base in place. And then up here I have a combination of two clamps. That this clamp is attached to the bike frame, and then this gizmo attaches another clamp to the stick itself. So that holds the base in place, and this one holds this in. It's a very rigid mounting system. That's basically what I've come up with. And I'm going to do a bit of a video test now as I run my errands. Okay, there it is. This is me just sort of straddling the bike right now. I'm not sitting on the saddle. I'm just standing over top of the bike itself. And that's how I'm framed. I have the GoPro set to wide, a wide field of view, pointing back at me, of course. So let's start bumping along this bumpy road and see what I look like on the GoPro. Oh, look at this. They laid down a layer of asphalt. I didn't think they'd reach the point where they could be putting down fresh asphalt, but they did yesterday. So it's not nearly as bumpy as I thought. So, my first task is to go to the, to go to the bike shop. I want to see whether I can get patch kits. Though it occurred to me yesterday, again, an example of poor lateral thinking on my part. I'm fixated on this idea of going to bike shops to find flat tire, patch kits for my bike. But of course, I don't have to do that. This is the land of scooters. There's a scooter repair shop every 10 feet, and I'm sure they have patch kits too. Very few people ride bicycles here, but a lot of people ride scooters, and they're fixing flat tires all the time. But anyway, I want to go to the bike shop anyway. So that's what I'm going to do. Turning the corner, so I had to turn my handlebars there. Well, here's a guy off on my left, actually. See, if I had a 360 camera, he would be perfectly in frame. But there's a little guy, a little stall at the side of the road, and he fixes flat tires right there. So you could always find one of those guys, and he probably has patch kits, But his main job is to fix flat tires. That's how he makes his living.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. And if I was shooting in linear, then I could use horizon leveling. I have to stop looking at the camera. Got to keep my eyes on the road. And so this is the view back towards me on the GoPro. For the rest of the ride to the bike shop, I'm going to turn the GoPro around because I can do that. It's on the ram mount. I can face it in any direction. So I'm going to turn it around and have it facing forward for the rest of the ride. And that's the GoPro facing forward, more or less. Not perfectly, but for this test, good enough. It's going to take some time to get used to that if I use the system, just because I have it mounted on the frame of the bike. It's kind of weird.
Hello, Mr.
Hello again. The camera is sitting in front of me, but when I turn the handlebars, the camera stays steady. So it's weird to have that long pole in front of me moving independently from the handlebars. Oh, I'm also, I have to keep an eye open for hardware stores. I need some fuel for my cooking stove. So yeah, I need kind of a paint store actually. Hardware, paint store. And I want to buy water. So I'm looking for a water filtration operation.
Hey.
There it is, General Bike. Not too far away. Wow. I was not expecting to find a bicycle shop like this in Dumai, that's for sure. Look at that. Folding bikes. I don't know the brand though. Falcon, Pro Action Falcon, Norris. Yeah, I don't know any of those brands. And then, yeah, a whole bunch of bikes for sale over there. Phoenix. Yeah, again, I don't recognize most of those brands. I'm sure they're all Indonesian companies, local ones. Hello. And let's see what they have here. Oh, yeah, and a lot of accessories too. This will be a very handy place. Oh, yeah, you can buy a grease for your chain and everything. Yeah. A lot of components, Shimano cassettes and sprockets, water bottles, pumps, and what else? Oh yeah, water bottle holders, pedals, yeah, sunglasses, so cycling shoes. Yeah, more components. That's very cool. Handlebars, you know. Could probably toss one of those onto my bike, get them wider. Cycling gloves. Oh, cat eye. Mine is kind of broken down actually. Wouldn't even be a bad idea to pick up a new one if I was feeling flush. And then, yeah, cables, brake cables, gear cables, tools. Locks. Yeah, just about everything you could want. And there's another display in the back there. It looked like pannier racks and maybe bags and things like that. Oh yeah, tires. Look at those Maxxis big beefy tires. Schwalbe. All names I recognize. Yeah, some racks there. Yeah, full-sized pannier racks. You could use those for touring probably. And look at those big kickstands, which are very handy. And they're even hard to come by. I don't think in all my wandering around KL, it's pretty rare to find stuff like this in a bike shop anymore. They just don't sell components and accessories. It's just not worth their while financially anymore, I don't think, to stock this kind of stuff. So in a way, this store here is better stocked than anything I saw in KL. Forks, fenders, like mud fenders for dirt bikes. Oh, all these cycling pants too. And a bunch more. And saddles, look at that. A whole range of saddles. This is a great bike shop. Very impressive. Well, it's interesting that bike shop had just about everything you could want and more, but the one thing they don't carry and they don't stock are patch kits for flat tires. Which kind of makes sense when you think about the local market, because there are so many tire repair places everywhere. Like that mobile one that we just saw, as well as scooter and motorcycle repair shops. So I think anybody who ever gets a flat tire just pops into one of those places and they fix it for them. So I guess it's a case of if they did stock them, they would never be able to sell them. And on the GoPro, I've switched to linear with horizon leveling, which, assuming it's a wide enough field of view, I'm fine, thank you. Would be really useful, because then I never have to worry if the GoPro is slightly, you know, off kilter. It's not perfectly straight, because it will orient the horizon digitally. Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. I totally forgot about something. The direction I was going to go in. I just got disoriented for a minute. I want to track down a water filtering, water purifying outlet, and I found one on Google Maps, but it's actually on the road where my hotel is located, but on the other side. So I got to ride down my road for a little while. Feels like my camera is dropping lower, so maybe my mounting system isn't as solid as I thought. Maybe I didn't tighten it up enough.
Stop.
Yeah, keeping my eyes open for, well, here's a bumpy road. So now I'm on a rough road, no pavement. Camera's bouncing around quite a bit. And how's the stabilization working? I think the stabilization should be fine. I was talking about this the other day, about how if you're moving around a lot, it sometimes becomes difficult to find the things that you need. You know, that's one of the advantages of staying in one place for a while, because over time you slowly track down the little services that you need routinely. You end up with your preferred barber shop, you know, coffee shop that you like, restaurants that you like. You slowly discover all these places. And in my case, I always need a lot of water. I can't go into 7-Eleven and buy water all the time. So I need one of these water purifying centers. But when you're in a new city, you don't know where they are. So it's one of the first things you have to track down. Well, with horizon leveling and linear, that's what that looks like. So I'm going to turn it around and have it facing ahead of me. Still in linear though. And now it's facing forward. It does seem to be wobbling around a lot at the end of this broomstick, more than I expected. But I have another stick. It's an axe handle, I think. It's quite a bit thicker. I might try that one out next. It might work out better than this broomstick. Less bouncy, perhaps. Yeah, the other item I'd like to find is what they call methanol, methyl alcohol, because that's what my stove uses. And it's one of these things that has a different name around the world. Like, people that are a fan of this kind of a cooking stove, they even have a website where they list what this fuel is called in all the countries around the world. It's not always easy to find. And here in Indonesia, I found it at, as I said, hardware stores, mainly hardware and paint stores, you know, where they do a lot of painting. And as a sort of as a visitor, you know, a foreigner in another country, a lot of the things that you end up looking for example, like water, like this guy ahead of me on the motorcycle, he's delivering water from home to home. So that's how the local people would deal with it. They don't go out looking for water, they just arrange to have it delivered right to their door. But again, as a visitor, I can't do that. So, boy, from here, I can see the back of the GoPro. I can see the screen, and it just looks great. It's like having my own tiny television ahead of me on the bike, showing me everything that's ahead of me. It's kind of cool. And according to Google Maps, there's a water purifying business down here. Huh, okay, that kind of makes sense.
Hello, mister.
Hello, how are you? I saw a photograph of it on Google Maps, and it looked like it was way out in the countryside. So I thought the picture must not be accurate. But yeah, if it's over here, it would look like it was in the countryside. It's like we just suddenly left the city behind. A lot of greenery, traffic disappeared. All I had to do was turn one corner. And some of these water purifying places, they can fill an individual bottle or container. Other ones can't. Some of them only fill those huge, the big bottles for home delivery. And if you show up with your own bottle, they can't fill it up. But some of them can. That was a big bump there, by the way, huge, like a speed bump I went over. And the camera shook all over the place. See what that looks like with my mounting system. Well, might be time for a map check. I haven't seen this water place, but I can't remember how far down this road it was located. And I've reached the end of the paved road, so I don't want to go much farther if I can't find this place. Time for a map check. There you go.
What's your name?
My name? My name is Douglas.
Antoine.
Antoine? Nice to meet you. I'm gonna go, I have to go this way.
My name is
Douglas.
Douglas.
Yep, Douglas. All right. See you. That's a pattern that I've noticed here in Indonesia. When they learn English in school, they want to practice it when they meet me. Boy, this, I found another water purification place, but it's supposed to be out this direction, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to go this way or not. But for some reason, yeah, this might be the wrong direction. I have to try to find another way. But yeah, like the normal way, of course, is, you know, what is your name is the question, and the answer, my name is Douglas. But instead of asking the question, they give the answer as the question. So they always ask me, my name is, and they, as if they're expecting me to, you know, fill in the blank. My name is. So they have the answer and the question backwards, but everybody in Sumatra does it that way. So. Okay, maybe if I get across this one muddy patch, then maybe I can get on this other road, or, yeah, I don't know. I'm very close to what looks like a very nice water purification center. I just don't want to get the bike all muddy. I'm being very finicky about my bike right now. Hello. How are you? I shocked them.
Are you from Indonesia?
No, I'm not. I'm from Canada.
Oh.
Canada. Okay. Okay, if you like. Sure. Well, that was interesting. A classic selfie session on Sumatra. Bye-bye. Should have had the GoPro pointed in that direction. It was still recording, but I guess I got audio of that interaction. Like, what in the world am I doing going down this road? But it's supposed to go to a major road. And then across that road is a water purification center. As always, I managed to find the most difficult way of going anywhere or doing anything. What is going on? Certainly testing the stability of the camera anyway. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a major road over here. Oh, there it is. Okay, I am heading in the right direction. So I'm only a 50% of a moron today. I'm sure there's an easier way to get to this place from where I started, but hey. Ooh, good test of the GoPro mounting system. Heard some thunder though. I'm a bit worried the rain is gonna hit. Ooh, oh boy. Very muddy section all of a sudden. This was not the wisest decision to take this road. Let's see, how can I get through here without getting covered in mud? Well, I think I'm going to pick the bike up. I'm definitely being very careful with my bike right now, especially since I take it in and out of hotel rooms now all the time. I don't want to return to the hotel with my bike wheels dripping with mud. Hello, I'm good, thank you. Canada. I don't smoke, no. Well, I suppose it shouldn't be a surprise. I can't get there from here. Oh, hold it. Ah, I just saw a gateway. Looks like I might be able to get across. This will be the easiest way to get water. Crazy as it might seem. Look at the truck traffic. It's one thing about Sumatra I remember. Certain roads could really get overwhelming because of the number of trucks. But I'm just gonna pick up my bike and walk across this highway. And there's a footbridge over here. It's kind of crazy, but the nearest water filtering place that I saw was like far away. So I'll do this and see what happens. Oh boy, this might be hard to get across. Well, let's give it a try. So I'm up on this little bridge, just heading across. Got some local people looking at me, and of course they're wondering, why in the world is he doing this? Like, what could be so important on this side of the road for a foreigner to come to? wonder if I missed the road. Could be one road over. Well, I've been misled by Google Maps, or I'm on the wrong street, so I'm gonna have to go back. Wow, one crazy circular intersection. Been trying to fight my way through, but I think I finally got through it, figured out where to go. Hello. Heading back into Dumai, back into civilization. It's interesting how quickly it turns into countryside, though. I wasn't expecting that. Hello. Hello. Oh. Hello. Are you open for bakso?
Open bakso.
Yeah? All this cycling and shopping builds up an appetite. So I just passed by this bakso place that was just opening up, so I popped in for a meal. It's right on this very busy highway, busy road, but it's nice and quiet in here. And I got a nice dish of bakso, mid-afternoon snack, which I really need. So, late afternoon snack of bakso telur for 18,000 rupiah, 18,000. And yeah, 18,000, I guess that's $1.20 or something like that US. It's really good. And I'm still on the hunt for many things. Most importantly, I'm looking for fuel for my cooking stove, and there's a kind of a construction materials hardware store, paint store, short distance up ahead, according to Google Maps. So I might get one errand done during this camera testing sequence. Well, I just had an interesting experience. It kind of fits in with the whole idea of being overseas and trying to communicate, because I found this hardware store, building supplies, paint store, and I've had experience with this before, so I'm pretty sure, I was 95% positive that they sold the fuel that I'm looking for. But as I said, you need to know what they call it in their country. That's always the secret, because there's different names everywhere in the world. And I went in there and I asked them, okay, do you have methanol? Do you have methyl alcohol? These are the names I know it by. And they automatically just say, no, we don't have that. And I was about to leave, but then I thought, well, they're saying they don't have it, but they probably don't even know what I'm asking. So how do they know they don't have it if they don't even know what it is? So I stopped and I asked the guys as well, like methanol, methyl alcohol, like, do you know what that is? And he said, no, I have no idea what that is. So that's why we don't have it. I said, okay, well, you probably have it, but you just know it by a different name. You just don't call it methanol or methyl alcohol. And so I was racking my brain trying to think of what they use it for in different countries. In Canada, it's often an antifreeze. So you can, if you look for antifreeze, you'll find methyl alcohol. And I suddenly remembered, oh, they use it here as paint thinner. So it says, yes, it's actually a type of paint thinner. And he says, oh, we have paint thinner. We have spiritus. Right there, spiritus. And I remember this from when I was in Sumatra before. They call this fuel spiritus. And this is a type of alcohol that burns really easily, and you can use it for cooking. And that's exactly what I was looking for. So I found it. But yeah, you just have to be patient and, you know, ask in different ways to finally find what you're looking for. I also wouldn't mind finding water. Oh, there's the Telkomsel shop, Grapari Telkomsel. And I think there's another water, like purified water supplier up ahead here on the left. So I'm going to see if I can track it down. Hello. And according to Google Maps, this is the street that I want. That the water purification place is down here somewhere. The trick with these places is that they generally just purify water for those big bottles. And then when you show up with your own, like I have a water bag, it can take some effort to convince them to fill the bag with water for you. You have to get them to understand what it is you want. That's not always easy. And that's again why it's a good idea to stay in one place for a while. Because once you find a place near your hotel and you convince them of what it is you want the first time, then it's easier to go back there the next time. And you don't have to start from scratch every single time. Huh. Oh, no. Maybe? No, I feel like I should have come across it already by now. But I haven't seen anything. Hello. Yeah, according to Google Maps, I'm already past it, but I'm pretty sure it's just not here. If it was here, I think I would have seen it. I was going very slowly and looking everywhere, but whoa. Well, I did not see it anywhere on this street, but there's another street up there that's supposed to have 3 of them. Hello. I'm determined at this point. I'm not going to give up until I find at least one. I know they're all over the city. I'm just having bad luck in tracking them down. All right, this is my last chance for today. As I said, on Google Maps, there are 3 water purification centers on this one street. And if I can't find even one of them, oh, I see one. I see the sign for one anyway. Matahari Depot Air Minum. There we go. Now, it's exactly what I'm looking for. Now I just have to convince them to give me some water. There, and that's what these places look like. Hi, how are you?
Hi. From everyone? From
Canada.
Canada.
Yeah.
See you. Bye bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you. This is always a pretty crazy time when a local school is over for the day and all the kids come pouring out looking for their mother or father, looking for snacks, everybody going home, everybody getting picked up. It's pretty chaotic. Whew. I got the water. Pretty amazing. This place is right around the corner from my hotel. I just didn't know it was there. I didn't locate it on the map beforehand. But while I was there kind of waiting, other people were showing up with collections of odd water bottles to be filled up. So they understood what I was doing was not out of the ordinary. It's pretty normal. So it's nice to know that there's a water place right around the corner from the Wasada. I wish I'd known it was there about 3 hours ago. That would have been nice. But yeah, I just didn't know. Ugh. Hello. And that is it for today. I'm going to stop in at the Indo-Maret, pick up some food and something. I'm going to cook tonight now that I have fuel and water. Oh, so that was a very interesting little experiment. I'm looking forward to seeing this video myself. Right now, for example, the GoPro has fallen off, like it's like on a really steep angle, but maybe the horizon leveling for linear view is fixing it for me. Could be perfectly level. So anyway, that is it for today's video. That was a lot of fun, running some errands. It's always a good time. And this was pretty successful. The one thing I didn't get was the tire patch kits, but I think I can get them at any motorcycle shop, any scooter shop. I'll just take a look at one of those one of these days. So that's it. If you want to find out if I ever find tire patch kits, you're gonna have to come back and watch the next video. And I'll see you then.